Hello everybody, welcome to our CSS training. By God's grace, today we'll continue with our CSS training, and the topic we'll take in today is outline. So firstly, let me create a comment of outline. I think you already know this. I don't need to start telling you how to create a comment again. So next, an outline is just like a borderline, but not a borderline. It's just like a borderline. In borderline we have the border style, in which we determine. In border we have the border style, which we determine the type of border line we want. Either it is groove, inline, outset, inset, dash, dotted, and the likes. So likewise we have that in outline. It's just like, that is why I said it's just like a borderline. But the difference between a borderline and the outline is just that the outline is always outside the borderline. It always encloses the HTML element. It always encloses an element which bring out the output or the better view of that element. So it surrounds the element, not inside the element. It does not have anything to do with the element, but it's just like a line to give a clear output or a fine output for the specific element. For example, okay, let me check my HTML file, what I can work on. Okay, here, up here I have, okay, these are decoration. I will work on them. Here we have this text decoration. Under text decoration, I will work on them. Let me go back to my HTML file and see what we are dealing with on text decoration. So I want to look at the class attribute I give to the text decoration. Okay. Okay. Here that I have this text decoration, I will give it a div. Don't forget, every opening tag must have a closing tag. So the closing tag of div. Now here inside this div, I will say, okay, I think that is the only div I have. Or let me give it a class. I will say outline. So back to my CSS file, I want to work on that. I will give it a border and I will give it an outline. So firstly, just for the first example, I will just say outline then my declaration bracket or declarator bracket, and then I will say outline column. So I'll say 2 pixel solid green. So yeah, now let's go and view what we have, that will give us. So do you see that? Do you see what we have here now? Under this text decoration. So it's just an it's just like a bright also, but it's just like a borderline also, but it doesn't perform the function of borderline. So here now, the outline always have a kind of two color. So here now we have solid green, and the green is based on the numbers of pixel, based on the numbers of whiteness I give to it. So we can, after this now, as we have the outline here, I can also give it a border. I can also give it a border by saying so just add border semicolon. So that is why we said it doesn't have anything to do with border. It's not border, it's just like a bracket, just like something that is making something special, to just make that something, that those elements in that specific area, to make those elements in that specific area, to make them special. So now I will give it border column, then I will say 2 3, okay, let me say let me say 2 pixel dotted red. Let me use it like that. So now let's go and view it and see what we have. So let's see what we have in our bracket, in our browser. You see, oh sorry, something is happening. Yeah, do you see what happened there? In my border I spelled double B instead of single B, so, and it doesn't read it as border there. So back to my HTML, I've removed one B. Let me view it. So do you see that now? Here we have, here I have my border as dotted red, and I also have my outline as solid green. So that is about the border and the outline. Now we have different type of border, and we have different functions of different categories of border. Now the first thing is we have the border style. We have the border style. If you want to declare them separate, you have the border style, in which you declare the type of style you are giving to the border. So we have the dotted, just as examples of the type of borders we have. You know, we have the groove, dotted, dash, and the like. We have the dotted, solid, dashed, groove, insert, outset, hidden, and the likes. So likewise we have it in outline also, just as exactly the same thing we have in the border. The style, different type of style, border style we have, likewise the same thing we have in outline. Do you see that the type of border we have here has changed? It has changed. So, and we are having this default color of the HTML as the color, because I didn't give it a color here. Likewise, apart from that, we also have the border outline color. We also have the outline. We also have the outline color. Which we can declare as, okay, let me declare it as brown. As brown. So let's view it and see what we have there. Oh, I click browser instead of app. So let's load it and see what you have there. Waiting. So do you see that? Do you see that now? So do you see the difference? So now let's go. The next thing is we have after the outline color, we also have the outline width. We have the outline width. We have the outline width. So the outline width is the one that will determine how big the outline will be. Okay, let me say 6 pixel, and let's see what it will give us here. So do you see what it gives us here? So that is about the outline. So once again, we have different styles of pixel. We have different style of outline. We have the dash, dot, solid, groove, inset, outset, hidden, and the likes. I think they are like 8. So I think that is the 7 I can remember for now. So if you go back to your the border tutorial that I gave you, I think I mentioned them from up to. So let me see. I think it should be here. No, okay, it's not here. So if you go back to the border tutorial I did, the last border tutorial we did, so you should get them there. Different type of outline, different type of border style we have are the same thing as the style of outline we have. So now, but the one I first do before I start all this style, before I start splitting them, is the shorthand of outline, as we also have in border. Just as I wrote here 2pz dotted red. That is the shorthand of border, which so which we have the 2 pixel, which is the width of the border, the dotted, which is the border style, and the red, which is the border color. So likewise in outline also, we can also do it like that by putting everything in shorthand. By putting everything in shorthand, we just, all we need to do is just what, say border, the outline. All we need to do is just to declare the outline, then column, then we will say the width, which should be, let's say, 8 pixel, that is the width, then followed by the style, which is double. Yeah, you see I didn't mention double when the other time when I was mentioning the border styles. So which is double, we have the double as the style. So then after that we have the color, the outline color. Let's say okay, let me see. This 7, the 5, F4. So I've declared a color for it. Let's go and view it and see what it will give us in our app. So do you see the color it gives us? So but let me give it a very thick color. Let's see if this will be somehow thick enough. Oh, so let's see what you have now. See this thing, what happened? As I've told you that once you are declaring something in your app and you see that it's not working, definitely there is an error. There is an error. So I said 8 pixel double, and then the color, let's say F6, F2, DF, and V up. So it has, yeah, it gives us another color now that is somehow visible than the previous one. And if you look at the border now, you see that it has the outline, you see that it has 2 outlines. So okay, let me use a better one that will be really visible enough. Let me say red. So do you see that? So that is all for today on our CSS training. So in the next class we'll meet again and continue from where we stop. See you next.